Hello, I'm John Abberger, the Artistic Director of the Toronto Bach Festival, and this is Discover Bach. Today we're looking at the well-known piece, Sheep May Safely Graze. We're going to tell you where this little gem of a piece comes from, and we're going to show you how Bach crafts the music to illustrate the text of this aria. Sheep May Safely Graze is often performed as an instrumental piece, but it is originally an aria for soprano, and it comes from a very interesting work. Now, if you're like me, when you think of Bach's vocal music, you think of music written for the church. And it's true that the vast majority of Bach's vocal works that have survived into our time are settings of sacred texts written for a performance in a church service. But Bach wrote a handful of other vocal works that were written for a different setting, a court entertainment or a coffeehouse concert. This cantata was written in 1713 for the birthday of Duke Christian of Saxe-Weissenfels. And it's called the Hunt Cantata because it celebrates various aspects of the hunt and of country life. You see, the Duke, like many of his noble contemporaries, loved nothing better than to run riot in the fields with lots of friends and lots of dogs, on horseback, chasing a deer or a poor defenseless little fox. This piece is what is known as a congratulatory cantata because it praises the person for whom it was written, in this case, the Duke. I'm joined today by Alison Melville and Colin Savage playing recorders, Michael Unterman playing cello, Christopher Bagan playing the organ, and our soprano is Ellen McAteer. Bach depicts different aspects of the hunt in other movements of this cantata, but the purpose in this aria is to praise the Duke for governing well and keeping his people safe and secure. The complete text is, "Sheep may safely graze where a good shepherd watches. Where rulers govern well, one can feel peace and quiet and all that makes people happy." And that feeling of calm, peacefulness, and quiet is exactly the mood that Bach conjures up in the opening of this aria. It starts with a bass line that doesn't move, but stays on the same pitch. Two full measures, 8 slow beats of nothing but a B flat, but not a long-held note, played with a pulsing motion, kind of like a murmuring or purring. And the harmonies undulate peacefully on top of that. And even when the bass line begins to move, the motion is very smooth and calm, descending a scale gently in stepwide motion. And on top of that, Bach adds 2 recorders, playing in close harmony and with a gentle rocking motion, kind of like a pair of turtle doves. This introduction does a wonderful job of setting up the entrance of the voice. When the soprano begins to sing, however, the music seems at first unrelated to what we've heard before. But Bach keeps the motion very smooth and calm without any big leaps or jumps. And the soprano sings the words, "Sheep may safely graze where a good shepherd watches." At first, the soprano sings only with the bass. But then as the piece proceeds, Bach brings the recorders back in. And as the parts combine beautifully into wondrous effect, we get that magical feeling that we often do when listening to Bach's music, when we realize that he knows exactly what he's doing and he's planned this all along. That's how Bach creates an atmosphere of calm peacefulness, of security even, to express the text, "Sheep may safely graze." That concludes this episode of Discover Bach. If you'd like to listen to a performance of the complete aria, click the link on your screen.